When we talk about federalism, we're talking about the overlapping layers of government. So the initial idea was that it was a clean layering of powers from the federal government in Washington, D.C., represented here in the State House, to the individual states, which had their own governments that set up their own laws within those states, to local governments, like the city of Seattle, that had, again, their own government setting up their own laws. Yes, this is the flag of Seattle. I know it looks weird. The problem is that we quickly find that it gets blended together relatively quickly. And so instead of having these clean, overarching layers, you get kind of this intermix. Depending on which jurisdiction you're in, that is, whose area of control you're in, the rules will apply to you differently. When we say jurisdiction, for example, the state of Washington, that basically means the laws that apply within the boundaries of the state of Washington. Now, a clear example here is taxes. If you were to be in Oregon, Oregon doesn't have a sales tax. So if you went and bought a car in Oregon, it would theoretically cost you less because you wouldn't have to pay the sales tax that you otherwise would in Washington. So in Oregon, you pay your federal taxes, your federal income taxes, just like we do in Washington. And you pay Oregon income tax, but you don't pay sales tax. In Washington, it's the opposite. We do have a sales tax. So in Washington, you're paying your federal income taxes, you're paying a sales tax to the state, but you don't have to pay an income tax to the state. Now in Seattle, they tried to pass an income tax just in Seattle. And it passed, but then it went to the Washington State Supreme Court and it was ruled unconstitutional because in the Washington State Constitution, an income tax is outlawed. So you can't have an income tax in Washington State. But again, you can in Oregon and other states. And then there's the federal income tax.